I want to start this week by sharing some thoughts on shyness. I was talking to my coach earlier in the week about shyness and my experience of it and some of the ways that I think about it. And I thought that some of that would be really useful to share with other people. So I wanted to come on and to do that. So for a long time, I thought of myself as shy. And I think, like for a lot of people, it's a label that I picked up in childhood. So I was, I think, maybe a bit quieter than other people in some situations, a little bit cautious around new people, around doing things on my own. And so I was told that that was shyness. So I just like picked up that identity. I am someone who is shy. And also I picked it up like as in contrast to somebody who is confident. So like if I was the shy one, my brother was the more confident one, or one of my friends was the more confident one. So I had this idea that like I was someone who was shy and other people were people who were confident. And I think that where that led me to in my thinking was that I thought of confidence as something that I had to develop, something that I didn't have and that I had to build up. And I think that doing that, the idea of doing that can feel really difficult when your belief about yourself is that you're just not that, you're not confident, you're shy instead. Um, but also it can feel quite like important and emotional because as well as getting the message that I was shy, again, like a lot of people, I think I got the message that I was shy and that that wasn't a good thing. It was a problem. And we pick these things up in really subtle ways. But I just remember being told like lots of times, like, don't be shy, or you're not shy, are you? Or there's no reason to be shy. There's no need to be shy. And so, like, these might be things that you've heard or that you've even said yourself. Like, we pick these things up and we pass them on. But it just like definitely had that understanding that shyness was something that I was and it was wrong in some way. So I worked on being confident, on building confidence. And I did that over like the first 40 years of my life. I like built up my confidence. Because as well as like getting the message that I was shy, I also got lots of love and encouragement and support. And I like tried things and I did things for the first time and I didn't die and I learned it was okay. And I became like more and more confident, like built up more and more confidence. And I used that to do all kinds of things in my life and to create a really successful career, to build a family, to have, really great group of friends, like use my confidence to do all kinds of things. But I still always had the idea that like I wasn't really a confident person. That wasn't something that came naturally to me. That really what I was is that I was shy. And then it wasn't until I had coaching and I started to do like intentional work around confidence myself. And I've carried on like doing that work over the last like 5 years that I realized that I was just thinking about it all wrong and that there was a much more accurate way of thinking about it that was much more helpful. And so I don't think about myself as shy anymore. I don't think it's a really useful description. So it's just not one that I use. But I looked it up, and the definition of shyness is experiencing embarrassment, awkwardness, or nervousness. And those are definitely all things that I've experienced. And they're all things that I still experience as well. But that's the difference. They're things that I experience because awkwardness, embarrassment, and nervousness are just emotions. And confidence is an emotion as well. So, shyness or awkward or embarrassed or nervous, they're not things that I am. They're just things that I experience. And as humans, like we're meant to experience all the things. And so I can experience embarrassment and awkwardness and nervousness. I can also experience confidence. And what I've learned as a coach is that, and through coaching myself, is that any emotion that we have, if we know how to manage it, doesn't have to be a problem. We can support ourselves in the emotion so that it doesn't hold us back from doing things. And also that the emotions that we do experience actually come from our own thinking. So if we also know how to manage our minds, we can create any emotion that we want to experience. So confidence really is available to me if I know how to manage my mind to create it. And also those other emotions I experience, like awkwardness and embarrassment and nervousness and all kinds of other things, they don't have to be a problem if I know how to manage my emotions. So, what I want to invite you to think about, having shared this with you, is there an identity that you have, something that you think that you are, that in your mind means that you can't be confident, that you're not a confident person? Like for me, it was shyness. For you, it might be that maybe you think of yourself as a worrier or a nervous person or not an outgoing person or as an introvert. Is there something that you have as a description, an identity of you that you see that, like, I'm not confident, instead I'm this thing? And what if that thing isn't something that you are? What if it's just something that you experience? And what if that is an experience that can be managed? And what if you can just as easily create the experience of confidence? So, something for you to think about there. And then the other invitation that I want to give you is to a lunchtime session that I'm running next week. I'm doing a free hour-long session all about confidence. And if this has been helpful or interesting or resonates with you, I'd really want to invite you to come along. I'm going to be sharing the exact steps that I followed to find my own confidence. The session is called Find Your Confidence, and the exact steps that I take my clients through to find their confidence as well. So, this is the confidence that has enabled me to make all kinds of changes in my life, but including the fact that I am now a full-time coach who helps other people to develop confidence in their lives. And I have clients who are finding the confidence to do all kinds of things, things that they have been putting off for years, to go after promotions and new jobs and whole career changes, new relationships, to really make changes in their relationships, to step into confidence in their parenting, to travel more, to travel for the first time, to travel with their children for the first time. All kinds of things that are available when confidence isn't something that we have to painstakingly work at for years and years, but is something that we just get to experience if we know how to find it, how to create it. So if you want to come along, you do need to register. There will be a link to do that near this video, around this video. So find that and sign up to either come live and go through the process with me in real time, to go through those steps and to get your questions answered as well, or to otherwise to be sent the replay if you can't come along. So go and do that now, go and sign up, and I hopefully will see you there.